Blizzard has done it again. No, I'm being serious. Blizzard have done it again. They have made the same mistake for the 10th season in a row. Every season, we hear the same exact story. Oh, our bad, fam. We know we messed up. We understand that we messed up. You don't like this. We know. We are gonna learn from this. Next time it's gonna be different. 10 seasons in, same mistake being made. Honestly, why am I even being defensive here? Why am I even explaining anything? Everyone knows they're making the same mistakes over and over and over again. It's gonna be a miracle when they don't make the same mistake over again. Season 10, the whole mechanic of Season 10 in every aspect is once again everything everyone has hated about the previous seasons. It's the exact same shit. Again. A completely useless, stupid, borrowed power system that's extremely, not complex, but extremely annoying and requires a billion years of RNG to get right, and it's boring. It's boring. It's just the reskin of the same thing ever, okay? Since vampiric powers, they haven't even changed the look of it, okay? It's the same exact layout even. They're not even trying to hide it, that they're trying to sell you the same slop over again. And yet again, we hear you. We at Blizzard understand that we made mistakes, and we're gonna fix them by doing them again next season. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is insanity.
Hey folks, this is Ranker, and we basically have an arms race going on right now in the ARPG world. Diablo 4, Path of Exile 2, and Last Epoch all dropping major teasers and announcements about their upcoming content. For Diablo 4, we got the...
I know Riker's not joking, but no one is looking forward to the Diablo announcements. No one fucking cares at this point.
Reveal of the Season 10 theme and its Chaos Armor, as well as a leak of what the next class is. For Path of Exile 2, we got a teaser and name drop for the next major update, the Third Edict. And for Last Epoch's Season 3, Primal Hunt, we learned...
Oh my god, the Last Epoch stuff looks so good. Again, I do think them selling themselves to Subnauticus publisher is pretty bad. And it's gonna show. We're gonna probably see $100 mount sales and $100 portal skins and God knows what in Last Epoch. But this season still looks absolutely fire and a banger. The previous season was also good. And you know what's the best part? You know what's my favorite part about talking about Last Epoch? Last Epoch and Diablo 4 are literally the same fucking game. And yet one is really good, really fun, and people don't complain about it. While the other one is made by a literal company that's worth roughly $90 billion, and they can't produce anything that doesn't reek like shit. Last Epoch is implementing every single mechanic that Diablo 4 does, yet I have never once complained about them. Last Epoch has the same infinity scaling late game through corruption as Diablo 4 has through rifts. But somehow, there are no problems. Somehow there aren't any problems. Now I know, there are people who are going to disagree with me, and I mean, those people spend 500 to 1,000 hours every Last Epoch league. So, yeah, if you're spending that much time in a game, you're gonna have problems. I'm a normal person. I spend roughly 0 to 10 minutes every Diablo 4 league. Now it's more closer to 0 than anything. And I spend roughly 20 to 30 hours every Last Epoch league playing the game. Very enjoyable, very fun. Still making a Necromancer every single time, by the way. And it doesn't get old. My god, I love it. And with these 30 hours, I honestly haven't even fully, learned properly all the previous mechanics that have been added into the game. So, unless you're playing for $500, you're not going to complain about Last Epoch. You're not. And Diablo 4 exact same mechanics, literally almost exact copy-paste that type of spiel, and yet I can complain about it daily because it's just garbage. And none of those complaints apply to Last Epoch. You just need to understand how poor, how bad of a game Diablo 4 actually is.
All about the breed your own boss mode. But that's not all we'll talk about this week. We've got updates on a few stories we've previously covered, including payment processors censoring games, the Crafton versus Subnautica founders lawsuit.
Crafton. Last Epoch got bought by Crafton. Again, I think that's going to be problems in the future, but for now, I said this in the video. I think for like 2 years, we're probably going to be kind of chill and things are going to actually go up. But after that, Crafton's going to probably very aggressively start monetizing. We're already going to see monetizing very soon in Last Epoch, but I mean, it's going to go whoop really fast.
And the Sony versus Tencent copyright lawsuit over Horizon Zero Dawn.
Based.
Timestamps below if you want to skip ahead, but don't forget to ring that sub notification bell to be alerted to new Saturday episodes. But before we get deeper into Diablo, let's talk about a game that has one of Diablo's most requested features, fishing. We're talking about this video's sponsor, the Soul Life.
Actually,
starting off with.
By the way, unironically, I would not be surprised that Blizzard adds fishing to Diablo 4 because desperation.
Diablo news, we got word this week that there would be no Campfire Chat dev livestream for the upcoming Season 10 test server. Adam Fletcher posted on the forums, quote, "We wanted to provide a quick update on our live streams going forward. The TLDR is that we will not be having a live stream for Season 10 PTR as we are focusing on revamping our live streams going forward, starting with the Season 10 launch. There will still be a blog and notes to accompany Season 10 PTR, so players
That sounds like giving up to me.
can expect news on that.
But don't worry, there's 20 million people playing Diablo 4 every single day. Or 5 million, or 10 million. I don't know, but there's a lot of people who just randomly commented, oh, there's actually 5 million people playing daily, 10 million, 20 million. Like, where do these people get these numbers? It's insanity. If there were 20 million people playing Diablo 4 daily, it would be one of the biggest and most popular games. Everyone would be constantly talking about it.
Soon. We've been evaluating feedback from players and internally have been wanting to revamp our live stream formats for quite a while, especially as we head into next year with the new expansion. We still want to have that developer interaction moment where players can hear directly from someone on the team during the PTR, so we plan on shifting our Discord Sanctuary Sitdown to occur with our PTR patch notes / blog release. There will be more news on that tomorrow, August 12th, for Season 10. We've hit the 30th stream milestone recently for Diablo 4, and we couldn't be more excited to kick off the revamped live streams with the launch of Season 10. They mentioned the feedback from the players and internally there, right? And
what are they going to mention? I actually did not read the comments for the Diablo 4 Season 10, but it's probably people hating. Like it was... because, again, it's the same powers as Season 9. Oh, it's not actually the same. Shut up. It is. It literally is. You're just too fucking stupid to understand.
I think things really came to a head with Season 9, where the Season 9 PTR livestream and the Season 9 launch livestream were almost entirely redundant with each other. The launch livestream basically just repeated everything said in the PTR livestream with a couple new notes sprinkled in between, but it left many people who had already watched the...
Okay, boys. Answer in the comments, okay? Is Paladin Class gonna make you come back to the game? Is our boy gonna make a difference? Is the Hammered In gonna be, you know, what you crave for, what you want, what you desire? Because let's face it, only a Hammered In is gonna probably be even good at the start of the new class. So, you know, is that gonna be enough? Are you excited?
PTR livestream feeling like this could have been an email. I understand why they did things that way, because the launch livestream is the bigger event, and there would be people watching the launch livestream who hadn't watched the PTR livestream and needed to be brought up to speed on all the new features, right? The launch livestream is their big marketing opportunity for the new season.
Actually, Actually, you know what I've been thinking recently about? Diablo 4 is not only complete garbage, but it's complete garbage that killed Necromancer class. The Necromancer in Diablo 4 with his shadowy fucking abilities is complete failure. Like, all of the Shadow Blight stuff is bullshit. It doesn't feel like a Diablo Necromancer anymore, honestly. The emphasis on the blood and shadow things, and minion builds being, well, boring, dull garbage? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Diablo 4 is not only a bad game, it also completely killed the Necromancer class. Like, Diablo 3's Necromancer was different from 2, but you could argue that it even actually built upon it. Diablo 4 just took the Necromancer class and completely destroyed it. Remade it into this shadowy blood thing. Bro, what does a Necromancer associate to you? Shadow and blood? Fuck no. No, that's not a Necromancer in the slightest. It just actually recently occurred to me that Diablo 4 completely has destroyed the Necromancer fantasy. It is unrecognizable. Honestly. It just is. It maybe has, okay, you have an ulti that does things with souls. Cool, I guess. That's it. Everything. Bone Spear. Does it feel like Bone Spear? I don't know, it just... They literally failed even creating a fantasy of a Necromancer. It is insane.
So I do think it makes sense, therefore, to shake up the format, keep the launch live stream, and figure out a different way to do the PTR discussion. I think for maximum effectiveness for the launch live stream, they need to take a look at the format that GGG does with their Path of Exile expansion live streams. Start with a produced, pre-recorded segment that is a super sexy highlight reel going over all the new features with gameplay footage. You know,
Riker, please. No one likes the gameplay features. The fundamental truth of the world is like this. You have Ting, and if someone does something good with Ting, people like it. If someone has Ting and someone does something bad with it, people don't like it. It doesn't matter if Diablo 4 completely copies the way that Path of Exile does their announcements, or last Epoch how they do their announcements or anything. The fact that there's nothing substantial, interesting, or fun in Diablo 4 is gonna make people make fun of these announcements no matter what.
5-10 minutes tops, then move into the live discussion that expands on things, and then end with the Q&A. So instead of the regular campfire chat, we got this week the Sanctuary Sitdown, which was a live chat on the official Sanctuary Discord server with the D4 devs, hosted by community streamer Cliptus, who also streamed it on his own Twitch and YouTube channels. Now, there was an hour slot dedicated to this. Unfortunately, there were issues with Discord that delayed the start of the stream, which lost us 25 minutes. But still, on the remaining 35 minutes, we were able to get through a presentation on all the new content and squeeze in a couple of Q&A questions. I have my video recap going over the Season 10 reveal right here. I think the most exciting thing coming this season is the Chaos Armor, which are basically new unique items that open up a ton of new build combinations by basically embodying this.
Start watching a Diablo 4 video, the spirits of your ancestors literally just get up, and walk out the door because it's too much. Because all of this is bullshit. And Chaos Armor is stupid.
Spirit of Diablo 3's Kanai's cube slots. I think Season 10 will see the craziest builds emerge. A real meta shakeup. I'm also hyped for the...
That's gonna be true. And people are gonna hate it. Again, there is literally no goddamn world where this season is a success. Because of one simple reason. I already talked about this in the last video. But you're probably gonna have to do a boss, on average, somewhere in the ballpark of 200 times to even have a potential chance, not a guaranteed, by the way, but just a potential chance of getting the unique legendary that you want. It's not happening. It's not happening. And those are the best estimates that I currently have. Potentially it's gonna be worse. Potentially it's gonna be a lot worse, in fact.
The Infernal Hordes upgrades, including the new Chaos Waves and their mini-game mechanics, and the new optional Bartok boss fight at the end. Will his mechanics be as insane as the devs hinted at? We'll find out Tuesday when the test server begins. Do stay tuned for my coverage of that. I also covered in that video the Paladin Leak that happened this week. On Blizzard's Content Delivery Network, or CDN, a build of Diablo 4 popped up that read 2.5.x Paladin. Now, my understanding is that Blizzard pushes things to their CDN for external
We have seen this.
Testing purposes. With Gamescom happening next week, I think attendees will be getting a chance. Expansion should be patch 3.6. That would 2.5 will be. Diablo 4 was originally called Fenris in the CDN. If Blizzard were adding a class similar to Paladin, but not quite the Paladin, like, the Crusader or Templar or something in
Oh no, things are way too bad for Diablo 4 for them to just literally not be like, Paladin. Okay? When in doubt, Paladin out.
entirely new, like Inquisitor or something, it's possible that they've just been internally calling it the Paladin while they settled on a new name. Still, this all but confirms that the Paladin or Paladin-like class.
Also, by the way, the absolute gall, the absolute self-indulgence that this shows, by the way. So everyone knows it's the Paladin. But no, we Diablo 4 devs are special. And we're not making a Paladin. No, we're making something better. So we're not calling it the Paladin. We're calling it the Inquisitor. The arrogance, the sheer absolute arrogance of this. You're literally making a Paladin, but you feel the need to call it like the Inquisitor because you want to be special. You don't want to be the guy who makes the class that everyone wants. You want to be the guy who tries to pretend and bullshit his way into saying, oh, look at me, I made something new, something fancy, something never seen before. It's the Inquisitor. Everyone knows you're making the Paladin. Stop this BS. God, I hate this so much.
Class is coming next, which most of us already expected. But for the doubters, meanwhile on Twitter, Adam Fletcher confirmed that there will be more seasons prior to the next expansion, so don't expect a surprise Christmas drop for expansion 2. But I do imagine we'll get an actual release date next week at Gamescom. Moving on to Titan Quest 2 news, the early access title has sold close to 500,000 copies on Steam at this point, so...
Oh, that's massive. I mean, Titan Quest 2, it's really arguable, is it worth your money at this point? I have not bought it, but for everything I have seen, it's like, it's an early access thing, so you should kind of know what you're getting into. But the reality is, I mean, like, I would say it's not really worth your money currently. But I do see a pretty decent chance for the future there. It seems pretty okay.
Video. Moving on to Path of Exile 2 news, we got the announcement of an announcement. August 20th at 1 p.m. PDT, the devs will reveal the full details of their next content update titled The Third Edict. Meanwhile, we got a cool announcement trailer which we can mine for a bit of detail. We see this weapon in the cinematic, also in the logo for the update's name, and we also see it in this concept art here. Now, we've actually seen this weapon once before. In 2023, at the end of this teaser here, we see what appears to be a corrupted Kaurai wielding this weapon. Now, they call this teaser the Nagama Kanui teaser, and Nagama Kanui is the homeland of the Karui people. So this all points towards Act 4 coming in this update, bringing us the new zone of the Karui people, and the character in the video wielding the weapon seems to be Hoko of the Tukohama tribe, as seen in this concept art, who will likely be the Act 4 boss. Now onto an update on the whole debacle of Steam and itch.io delisting certain games in response to pressure from payment processors. This is a story we've covered in the past couple of weeks. Bit of an update here. As expected, some safe-for-work games were caught in the crossfire.
We know this. If you don't know the whole story, this is not going to cover it. I want to see the last Epoch news.
Same thing here. Then in some last Epoch news, this week was a hype week for Season 3. The Primal Hunt releases on August 21st. Every day we've been getting more and more details about the upcoming season, including the new Primal Hunt mechanic, which is a new random encounter similar to the Nemesis system. So while playing, you'll eventually run into a mysterious rift. Go in there, go through that, kill the Rift Beast at the end of it, and after defeating the Rift Beast, you can choose to spare one of its 3 babies. Each of these babies has a unique mutation. The surviving baby will grow up to be the next Rift Beast, and then you repeat this process of killing the Rift Beast, picking a baby to save, further evolving the Rift Beast's descendants with more traits of your choosing. Each trait has a physical manifestation, a gameplay power, and a customized loot reward. So,
oh, this is so good. You see, this is how you make, by the way, an expansion. Just saying. Options, things happen, you value which thing. Blizzard would never give you this. Blizzard is fundamentally, as a company, they are scared shitless to ever give their players any type of freedom to begin with. It is insane.
You can pick an extra head that shoots magma, horns that give the beast a lightning attack, flowering vines that release poison pools, and the loot you get is what will lead you to being able to buy primordial items, which come in 2 main flavors, Primordial Uniques and Primordial Exalted items. You use Runes of Evolution to turn regular Exalted items into Primordial Exalteds. Doing that will randomly change a T7 affix on the item into a T8 affix, which is actually...
There is one thing that I'm afraid. The moment I saw this, I was like, oh, yeah, power creep's gonna be insane. Because the tier 8 affix is in some cases, most cases, as much as I could figure out, gonna be twice stronger than the tier 7 affix. So you understand how absolutely insane the power scaling is gonna get. But then again, we're talking about last Epoch, which has an infinity system, or maybe corruption has the limit. I don't know. No, corruption definitely has no cap. I have never heard anyone get it. I'm certainly not close to getting it. So, it's you can actually do this, and the power creep is probably not going to be that huge of a deal because, you know, the power creep's not going to be feelable while you're going through the campaign, most likely. It's only going to be feelable when you start going into the actual end game.
An insane power jump of 50 to 100% extra power over the T7 affix. As for Primordial Uniques, as we previously said, they are extremely powerful but very build specific.
You got the scepter, bow, what's this called? Offhand, dagger, shield. Who uses shield?
Not just generically useful uniques. And you can only ever equip at one time one primordial item, be it a unique or an exalted. Now, throughout that week, we also got to look at the new...
Oh, I did not... Wait, did I know that or did I not know that? In any case, feels like I didn't. Okay, so that's good. That's good, because that actually, like, completely fucking curves how much damage we're talking about here. It does curve, okay? We're not going up like this in power scaling. We're now going, like, kind of up like this, which is better. Again, power scale... Getting... I'm personally okay with vertical progression and them adding new ways to make builds more in seasons than actually ways to just, you know, up the damage by 2 times. Because make no mistake, these tier 8 affixes are gonna increase damage more by 2-fold for most builds. Still. Just one item is gonna end up resulting in more than double the damage output.
Lich Skill Flay, which is a melee spell attack hybrid.
Playing Lich this season. There is no question. Liching it up like there's no tomorrow. Magic physical attacks. It is what it is, boys. I am liching it up like there's no tomorrow. It's gonna be insane. Not playing avowed luck, lich o'clock.
skill.
Or maybe some of it. Maybe some of it. Maybe some of it. People are always, splooging and spurging about, the big rates. Now, finally, Abomination is going to be usable. Very excited for that. Abomination is something that I was like, oh, this shit decays. There's no item to stop decaying, as far as I know. I just checked it, like, when the game started, and I was like, oh, there's no item that stops the decay of the Abomination. Fuck this. Listen, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it, okay? I am not doing this garbage. I am not dealing with that, okay? I am not resummoning all of my shit so and then make it's just too tedious. So now the Abomination's staying. Oh, yes, please, Daddy. Anyway, I know that sounds like very convincing, but that's because I'm really good at a lot of things.
That lets you spirit step as a gap closer towards the enemy before slashing at them.
Flicker Strike. Think Flicker Strike. And you know what? Boys, if you have heard me talk about Path of Exile, you know that listen, for the past 3 years, the only thing I have done in Path of Exile 1 is play Flicker Strike. Yes, I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. I'm not kidding. I have literally just played Flicker Strike. That is the only thing I have done in the game every single time I play. Zero regrets. Love it. So, last Epoch having Flicker Strike, hell yeah. Flicker Strike that auto casts, is it still called Rip Blood even? I don't know. Oh, but yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, I am looking forward to this so much.
And each enemy killed by this slash will release a blood eruption, dealing area damage. The skill looks really fun. I'm pretty set on going Acolyte in Season 3, and at this point, probably Lich. There's lots of updates to both the Lich and Necromancer coming in Season 3.
I don't know. I really want to... It's such a toss. I'm probably going to make both. It is what it is.
Assemble Abomination is getting some love, for instance, and Minion AI overall, for Beastmaster as well, getting some great updates and quality of life. The AI...
Minion AI is going to be broken. Again, people are so much underestimating the just basic summon rate skill. Everyone's always constantly talking about the big rate. Hell no, that's bullshit. The little ones just mow down things like there's no tomorrow, okay? Those things are super aggressive, and now you're telling me there's gonna be a way to make them even more aggressive by default? Bro, no. Big rate, weak rate. Maybe it's gonna be an Abomination plus rate. Could work. Definitely could work.
It's gonna be smarter, and they're letting you become able to toggle your minions between the default kind of passive mode and a more aggressive mode that's going to seek out enemies further away. And it's just a toggle, so you can...
Again, the basic summon rate already actually... Those rates target shit off the screen, okay? That's the reality of them. So now they're going to get even more aggressive. Hell yeah, boy!
Swap back and forth.
It's going to be good. Okay, needless to say, I really love last Epoch. Okay, we're not happy about a lot of things on this channel. It's true, because mostly I wanna shit on things, and this is what I use this channel for. But there are some things like last Epoch that do make me happy, because they always deliver. It's always good, and man, it just is worth it. Flicker Strike, Abomination, oh, perfect. I am so happy. So happy. In any case, that was Riker. Remember, Diablo 4 is still shit. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.